Hello everyone, I cordially welcome you all to another video from the Python tutorial series, and in this video we are going to learn what are variables in Python. So without any delay, let's get started. So what is a variable? Variables are present in each and every programming language. Variables are basically containers which are used to store some data. It is a named location in the memory where the data is stored. Unlike many other programming language, you need not to define the data type of a variable in Python while declaring it. A variable in Python is created at the moment when we assign a value to it. Okay? So basically you can say variables are basically containers that store some value. Now that value can be static or can be a user input. And as I have already said in one of our previous videos, that Python is a dynamically typed programming language. So here you need not to declare a variable with a given type and then assign a value to it. Python doesn't work like that. In Python, you just create a variable and you assign a value to it directly. And depending on the type of value that you assign to a variable, the type of that variable is automatically set. If you write a equal to 2, then a will be of type integer. But as soon as you assign a equal to 35 in string or a equal to your name in string, then if you see, then a will be of type string. So depending on the type of value you assign to a variable, the type of the variable changes. And that is the beauty of a dynamically typed programming language. Okay, let's proceed. Usage of variables. So why variables are very important in any programming language? Variables in any programming language are used for the following purpose: store user input, store intermediate results, store constants, and references of objects, etc. As I have already said, variables can be used to store any value. It can store any user input, it can store any intermediate result of complex calculations. Not only that, it can also store some constant value like the value of pi 3.14 that you can store in a variable. And also you can use the variables to store references for an object. That is, when you pass those variables, you pass those objects like pass by reference, not pass by value. Okay, let's proceed. Variables naming convention in Python. We can assign any name to our variables provided they are meaningful and they follow certain rules for naming conventions. The rules are as follows. A variable name must start with a letter or an underscore character. Letters mean anything in between capital A to Z and small a to Z. The name for the variables can never start with a number. Third, variable names are case sensitive. That means small name, capital N name and completely capitalized name are different variables. Okay, so this is a very important point in Python, that variable names are case sensitive. So when you name a variable, put meaningful names and don't write names which have same pronunciation but they have alternate capital and small letters. This will create a great chaos. Okay, let's proceed. Mutating values of a variable. Variables in Python are mutable. That means whenever we want, we can reassign a value to a particular variable. As variables in Python are dynamically typed, so with reassignment, the type of the variable also changes. This I have already said in the first slide of this video, that Python is a dynamically typed programming language, and depending on the value you assign to a variable, the type of that variable changes. Okay, this is a very important question and it is often asked in Python interviews. Always remember that, and the reason is Python is a dynamically typed programming language. Let's proceed. So as of now, we have discussed a lot about variables, their nature, where they are used and their mutation. Now let's go to VS Code and understand by some examples. Okay, let's go. So welcome to VS Code. Now here we are going to discuss and also implement writing variables in Python. So first of all, we will create our Python file. So we will name it as 3.py. Okay. Now first of all, we are going to learn how we make variables in Python. So suppose I will write name equal to my name. Okay. Now if I write print name, So as you already know as of now that when I use this print, it will print the value of the variable in the terminal. Also I am going to print type name. So what will happen? First of all, I have stored my name in this variable called name. Thereafter I am printing the name. So it will print my name in the terminal. Thereafter we are printing the type of that variable. Okay. So now if everything works perfectly, what should happen is you should see my name in the terminal first. Thereafter you should see class str. So let's run the code and see if it is working. So we are writing python 3.py. So as you can see, it is showing my name in the terminal and class str. That means this variable is of type string. So the initial 3 characters of string are str. That is why you are seeing class str. Okay. Now for another example, if I store instead of my name some random numbers, and if I again run the Python code, you will see it is printing those numbers and it is showing class int. That means now this variable name is of type integer as we have assigned integer value to this variable. Okay. I hope this small concept is clear with you, and my motto behind showing this is to let you know that how dynamically typed programming languages work in real world scenarios. Okay. Now one more thing I am going to discuss with you is how you assign values to multiple variables. Okay. Suppose there is one example where you need to write a equal to 0, b equal to 1, c equal to a plus b, and then you print the summation. Okay. So if I run this code, you will see 1 because 0 plus 1 is 1. So a is equal to 0, b is equal to 1. When I am saying c equal to a plus b, that means 0 plus 1 is 1. So c is 1 and we are printing the value. Okay. So now suppose I am giving you a hint. Rather than assigning values like this, Python also supports one more way. That is a comma b is equal to 0 comma 1. That means the first value is assigned to the first variable, the second value is assigned to the second variable. Now if I run the code, see, it still works. Now for instance, in a real world scenario, you are initializing a variable setting both the values as 0. So in any other programming language, you do it like this: a equal to 0, b equal to 0. Then you perform some calculation and then you finally print the answer. Now when you assign the same value to both variables, there is one more shortcut way of doing it. That is a equal to b equal to 0. Now if I write print a comma b, you will see 0 comma 0. See? 0 space 0. Okay. So basically a space b, that is 0 space 0. If I assign both to 22 and if I again run the code, you will see 22 space 22. Okay. So these are the tricky ways by which you can assign value to multiple variables. Okay. So I hope by now the concept of variables in Python is clear with you. So let's go back to our presentation. I hope you found this video informative. In case you like the video, feel free to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. We are going to bring more videos in future. For any queries, doubts, suggestions or feedbacks, feel free to post them in the comment section. We are going to reply. So thank you for now. See you in the next video. Bye.